Good day, Darlington County School District, and welcome back to another In the Know, where we have a chance to share information with you from the most recent board meeting and other information from the district, as well as address any current topics. And here we are in the middle of October, and actually after our very first fall break in the Darlington County School District. So I hope that time was useful for you, was enjoyable for you. You had a chance to get re-energized, recharged, and get some rest as we worked through October, November, and then December towards the end of the semester. So again, it was great to have our first fall break, and it's great to have our kids back after that fall break as well. So the first item I wanted to talk about was our work session that we had in September, where we had a chance to present different topics to the board. Two particular topics that we discussed were the weapons detectors and the implementation of those weapons detectors. By now, those of you at the middle schools and the high schools, I'm sure, have seen these units around the buildings and also at athletic events such as our football games. We're continuing to fine-tune the processes and how they are utilized on all the campuses. But of course, the expectation is that these weapons detectors will be used on a regular basis, weekly, and that our students and our parents and community and our staff in our schools will feel better knowing that they're being used on a regular basis. We also had the opportunity to implement at several of our home football games, and again, all went well as we worked large numbers through. And we also learned that if it's really windy outside, that we have to take some extra precautions on how to secure the weapons detectors, because they are very mobile and they are light. But again, we're learning how to best utilize these, most importantly, so you feel more safe and secure in your buildings. The other item we talked about extensively with the board was the sick leave bank that we have been discussing. We had a chance to present the different information for a policy that we would put in place, but also some of the specifics to the sick leave bank. The board, again, had positive comments to make about it. The last piece of information we'll be doing is sending out a very short survey to everybody about the specifics of the sick leave bank and how you think that would affect you. Again, just a very short survey for all of our employees in the school district about specifics of the sick leave bank and if that's something that you believe would be beneficial to us. We had sent surveys out to teachers about this and received very positive feedback, but we want to make sure we include all of our employees with this. We also had a regular board meeting on Monday, October 10th, and the majority of this board meeting was where I was able to give the state of the district, and that presentation is primarily about all of the successes and positive things that happened for the school district last school year. So it was a summary of the previous school year, timing of it. Of course, we've had test scores that have come out over the past month. So in conjunction with that, it's important not only to talk about test scores, but also all the other things that took place in our school district for the entire school year last year. It's about an hour plus presentation, so I'm not going to go through that today with you. But if you would like to view it, that board meeting with the presentation, as well as all of our board meetings from this current school year, are available on the district YouTube channel, as well as on the Board of Education page on our district website. So again, that's one of the benefits of technology that we are having. Not only do we live stream our board meetings, but we also record them to catalog, and you are able to access those recordings on your own time to be able to see what information is discussed. Another topic, we had another Orange Frog training in the school district the Monday of our fall break. That was a professional development day. And we had about 300 people with us at Darlington High School. And I want to just give a shout out to our middle school and high school teachers and staff that attended that. You all had a tremendous amount of energy, and you did exceptional. I was very encouraged after that day about how much you all shared with each other, how much you were able to come together with some ideas on how to help each other, but also how to help your peers in your buildings, as well as your students and their families. So again, great shout out to the folks that attended that, and you all were exceptional. And I look forward to hearing more about what comes from that particular training in your buildings, as you also have a chance to converse with the folks that were in trainings before, but more importantly, as we move through the school year and our monthly challenges. Again, the October monthly challenge is legacies. And so remember that the legacy challenge for all of our schools is inviting folks that attended the schools in the past to come in and speak to your students, but also reaching out to them and thanking them for their contributions that they currently may be doing for our communities or in their current jobs that they are in, their current careers that they're in. So again, it's a chance to thank the people who went to school in the Darlington County School District and for their contributions that they currently are giving out, but also to have them come in and potentially speak with our students, to give them encouragement and to give them information about all the successes that our students in the Darlington County School District have had in the past. The November challenge will actually be Thanksgiving. Of course, November is Thanksgiving, and it's giving thanks. And so that'll be a random act of kindness event for your particular school. So different from last year, we won't designate a specific day and specific time for that random act of kindness event. We're allowing our principals and buildings to come up with what works best for their schools and their departments, so everybody will have a chance to potentially participate in other buildings' random act of kindness. So that is one piece we took from last spring. When we all did it at the same time, it was great, but nobody else could view or participate in somebody else's random act of kindness day. So we've allowed our schools and principals to go ahead and set these events up for their particular building. And again, I encourage you to go view and participate in other buildings, but most importantly, just get some joy from being able to do random act of kindness for your particular school community. The next topic I wanted to bring up was makeup days from when we were out for Hurricane Ian on September 30th. As you'll recall, we had a weather day that particular day because of high winds and school buses. It was an e-learning day, which meant that all of our teachers were on standby for office hours, as well as interacting with their students. And of course, our students were out of the buildings, but they were given assignments. So similar to the last weather day that we had, our classified employees will need to be able to make that day up. And when I say classified, that is basically our bus drivers, our food service workers, our administrative assistants, secretaries, bookkeepers, teaching assistants, etc. So it's all of our classified staff. So what I have made sure to allow our principals to do is to work that out with the staffs that are at their schools. And also, I'm allowing just to make up a half day to count for the full day that we are out. So again, all of our classified personnel will work a half day at some point in time between now and the end of the semester in order to make up the full day that was missed for the weather day that we had on September 30th. Your principals and your department heads will be getting in touch with you about your specific criteria for making that time up. But again, I wanted to let everybody know across the district how we're handling that between now and the end of the year. The next topic I wanted to bring up is we have a teacher morale survey. We're participating in a cohort with about 20 school districts across the country. And I'm really excited about this because we're able to share data with each other, but more importantly, we're able to share strategies and ideas with each other about how we can improve morale for our teachers and really for all of our school buildings. So you should have received a link from your principal. Teachers, you should have received a link from your principals that have you complete a very short 5-minute survey. And this information we will actually disaggregate and share with the other 20 school districts that we're working with, so we can all put our heads together and come up with some new strategies and ideas to help all of our districts have better environments for our teachers, which will certainly create better environments for our other employees and our students as well. Another topic that I wanted to mention is performance matters. Again, I know this has been discussed primarily with English and ELA assessments. For most of you, teachers specifically, performance matters has just been the click of a button when we move assessments over into Schoology. And we have not really moved beyond that at this point in time. I know several teachers have inquired about how they can do more. And so we will have training that will be coming up soon for our classroom teachers on performance matters. First, we are training our principals so they have a full understanding of what performance matters is for the teachers in the building, but also how to pull reports from that information. Our literacy coaches and CTs are also being trained on performance matters, and then they'll be conducting trainings with all of our teachers in our schools between now and the end of the semester. So again, there is nothing new today that you as a teacher need to know about performance matters other than what we have been doing with our ELA assessments. But you'll be getting additional training on how to do more with performance matters through your literacy coaches and CTs, and that'll happen between now and the end of the semester. Also, we will be rolling out performance matters for math assessments after January 1st. And again, there'll be a rollout with our teachers and how to do anything specific associated with the math assessments. So stay tuned. There'll be more information to go on that, but you don't have to worry about that until after the start of the next semester or the third quarter. Another item I wanted to bring up is that we have open enrollment with our benefits department. So again, this is through October 31st. If you have any changes that you wanted to make to your insurance or your benefits that you have, there are certain criteria, certain items that can be updated this particular year. Again, that information you should have received in an email from our benefits department, but also if you have any questions at all, you're welcome to contact Christy Sandifer in the Human Resources Department at the district office. And then the last topic I have on my list is it is Election Day on November 8th. So that's coming up in about the next 3.5 weeks here. And so again, I urge you to use your right as a voter in not only our state, but also in our county and in your municipalities. Use your right to vote. That is something that we cherish in our country, and again, it is how we use the underpinnings of our democracy to make decisions. So you're an important part of that. And so I encourage you to use that day to let your vote be heard. Also, our buildings will be closed other than those that are open for voting sites. So again, all of our buildings will be closed and our students will not be in school for that day, but several of our buildings are being used for voting sites. And that's everything that I have on my list for the In the Know for October. And as you can see, normally we do these recordings on Thursdays. The way you know this is a Friday is because the attire that I am currently adorned in, which happens to be the colors of my particular favorite college football team, which is how I try to celebrate every Friday. It's great that the state of South Carolina has a lot of celebrations. Between the University of South Carolina, their fans are happy right now. Coastal Carolina fans are happy right now. Clemson University fans are happy right now, as well as some of our other colleges and universities. So you can tell fall is in the air as we're in the midst of football season. Again, I encourage you to attend any of your local high school football games to support those players, bands, and cheerleaders that work hard during the week. And so again, just a great way to support them. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you can enjoy some fall weather. As I say at the end of every one of the In the Knows, hug on your family. Tell them how much you love them and tell them how much we appreciate them sharing you with us. And again, we'll see you the next time for the next In the Know.